last week, we took kind of a big loss as well. I don't know. I'm just so proud of the guys and the people that have sticked out through to experience this stuff tonight. And this win it's amazing. Just the way it happened. It took everybody, defense, offense. It took everybody to make this win, and that's what feels so good about it. It's just amazing, amazing feeling.
You guys ever confidence? It seemed like you guys had a lot of confidence from the get-go in the offense, and it was flowing pretty good early on.
Oh yeah. I think it's amazing how our tempo and the way that we approach the games and stuff. It's amazing how our offense is just so much more confidence, or has so much more confidence compared to years past and stuff like that. And it has something to do with the speed and the way that we practice and all week. It's just there's just a different feeling. Right from the get-go, it's just everyone's real confident.
You guys were able to convert a lot of big third downs. How important is that to you guys overall in the game?
Well, we didn't really do too much in the second half, which was we picked up a couple third downs that burned some more of the clock. But we were probably one thing that we probably weren't very happy with was our conversions late in the game to actually ice that clock. And our defense was on the field a long time that whole second half. And when we were on the sideline, we were like, we got to get them off the field and give them some breath. We'll get it going. We did well in the first half. We still got to finish games off and put more points up in the second half. We'll keep working on that.
Matt, what are you feeling right now as far as getting that monkey off your back?
Oh, excitement, nothing but excitement. You see everyone down there, all the fans, all the alumni coming back, and congratulating you. Plus, it's a great feeling. We knew going into this game it was a whole different mentality after last week. At halftime, we kind of had a feeling that we were going to pull it out. We just all came together and we got it done. Great win.
Talk about just the overall effort of the defense. You guys were outstanding. What was kind of the game plan going in, and how did you guys go about the execution?
The game plan was to stop the quarterback. Yeah, obviously, we wanted him to beat us with his arm, rather than his legs. And he pulled out some good passes on us. They had a lot of drop balls, but our big thing was bend but don't break, and that's what we did. They had their chances, and we stepped up and pulled through. Well, that was huge. That was huge. I didn't even know we got in either. But it was good that we had him deep, and we knew offense was going to have good field position either way. But for Antoine to take that back was pretty huge.
When you guys lose 11 in a row, when did you guys start doubting yourself, or did you guys ever not doubt yourself? You knew you could beat a team, and then to beat the 16th ranked team in the nation. I mean, talk about that. Was the morale up?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that as seniors that we talked about in the beginning of the year, and from spring, the transition, the confidence and the morale was just totally different heading into this year. And with this team and the chemistry that that we've gotten with everybody has been just 100% different. Last year was last year, and the morale was pretty down last year. For a good portion of the year, but it's amazing how as seniors that we've all talked about, it's wow, totally different this year. So,
Matt, you guys had not had a lot of success at getting them off the field when they went for it on fourth down, but that last one, what was going through your mind there? Like, oh, here we go, it's another fourth down here, this is the game. I mean, what was going through your mind at that point?
We knew we had to stop them. We were in man, so it was on. Each person had to take care of their own specific thing there, and we stepped up. The line got to him, got in his face, and the secondary, they stayed on their guys and forced a bad pass and got off.
What do you think the key was on defense, though? Why did you hold them to 17 points? After they scored 40-something last week on a top 10 team. I mean, what do you think the key was? Was it the pass rush? Was it coverage? Was it tackling? What was it?
It was, pretty much all together. It was a mindset. We knew we had to get in the quarterback's face. We knew we had to put pressure on them. The big thing was to stop their quarterback. They had some big plays, like I said, but bend but don't break. That was our big thing on defense. They got their big plays, but we shut them down when we needed to.